Victoria. So today I just kind of wanted to play with like some new stuff that I have. Like, it's not that much of first impressions. Like, I do give you some thoughts and feelings, but you know what, I pretty much liked everything because it's all in my face. But I just kind of wanted to like bring out some new makeup, play with some makeup. I know that winter is getting just like a little too dreary. It's been here a little too long. We're all ready for spring and summer, and so I really wanted to like pull in that like romantic-y like purples and pinks and like really bring that like romantic spring kind of tone back into the look. So I'm really liking what we came up with. It's very much like a, I did my makeup, but it's not super glam. It's also not super natural. It's like a nice like polished look, you know what I mean? So if you want to see how we get this look, play with some new products and hear about some new things, then please just keep on watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by giving my face a little bit of glow, because I do have some self tanner on right now and my face does not match that. So well, because I do have a little bit of tanner, I'm going to mix my contour color in my like foundation color just to get a little bit more of a warmer skin tone. So I'll kind of apply it like contour and then just like mix it all together. Alright, I don't want like too much foundation, so this is just a pretty like medium build kind of coverage. So we applied it with the brush. I just like to sponge it around. Now I'm going to take my Porcelain concealer and apply that under the eyes. I'll just take my brush or my sponge and blend that out. Then we're going to take the Disappearing Ink concealer from Pure, and I'm just going to twist that up and apply a couple dots. I'm not going to go too crazy with the concealer today, so I'll just take those couple dots and then I just kind of blend out with whatever's like on the applicator. Then I'll just take this Sigma brush and pat this out. It's beautiful. Yeah, I really like how that concealer has a nice like yellow tone to like underneath the eyes. It really brightens. It looks really nice. It's not like a full coverage. It's like a nice medium coverage. It's a very like skin-like finish that's coming through. Yeah, it has like a nice sheen that kind of like pops right back off. So you guys know I love a little brightening. Got this little guy. I'm just gonna conceal him. And then just because I love good brightening under the eyes, I'm still going to grab my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye and just tap a little bit under, and then we'll just take our sponge and blend that out. And then whatever's left over, just go over the eyelids. Alright, so once we have all that concealer in place, I'm going to take my RCMA No Color Powder, grab it just on the tip of my brush here. And you see, just like that. I pat it into the brush, and then I will pat it right under the under eye. And I can push the powder in. And then whatever's left over, I kind of just go around the center of the face to set whatever else is in place. Beautiful. And then a little sponge action, because always. Alright, so once that is all done, I'm going to take a very light dusting of my Eve Pearl Pressed Powder. And I'm just going to kind of tap that around the center of the face. Alright, next up, we are going to grab our Butter Bronzer. I'm going to go in just with an angled brush. And give ourselves just a little bit of cheekbone without anything being too defined. So I kind of find it helpful almost like to go back and forth with the brush as like the motion on the face, and that'll just soften that line and make sure nothing is harsh. And then we'll go right around the forehead. Okay, so another new product is this Pixi Chloe Morello palette in Blushing Romantic Radiance. The blushes are absolutely gorgeous. I swatched them and they have such a beautiful satiny iridescence to them. They're really, really stunning. So I'm really excited to use those today. So I'm going to take maybe a little bit. We'll take a little bit of a mixture. We'll go between these guys. And oh, so beautiful. Like, you don't even need to use highlight. I know, did I just say that? But they really are so soft and gentle of a color with so much sheen. No sparkle, but just a gorgeous amount of glow to them. So they really give the glow to the skin. Those are gorgeous. Those are absolutely beautiful. Okay, now just to get even a little bit more radiance, I have the Dolce Candy Pixi Collab, and this one is in Cafe Don Dolce Sweet Glow. These are like multi-purpose shimmery colors, so you need some highlights, blushes, eyeshadows. We're going to take just maybe a couple of these pinky shades as our highlight color. And yeah, you can see how that just really adds to that. Oh, that's so pretty. And then we'll sweep that across the nose and the Cupid's bow. And you just get this really like pinky, like flushed, radiant look. Oh, I love this. This is gorgeous. So that's pretty much the skin done. Can now move on to the eyes. So for the eyes, we are gonna first obviously start with some brows. So I'm just gonna grab my ABH pencil in Blonde. And this is how I like to do like the inner part of my brow. I only do the front half with this pencil. And whenever I switch over, I grab my Ka-Brow by Benefit. Usually I grab another brush, but we're just going to use this because it's here. And we'll just finish the brow. Lately I've been really adding more of an arch to my brow, or like at least trying to. You only can work with what you got, but I just kind of like the way it kind of comes around and sculpts the face almost like another cheekbone. Just kind of like that dipping down motion. Alright, I always say my brows will never be perfect. I don't even try that hard on them, so it is what it is. So I'm going to just take some Anastasia Brow Gel and set all of that in place. Like this brow, I have to do like reconstructive surgery over here. Like, I don't expect that much. Okay, so we're gonna go back with just our Eve Pearl Pressed powder, and I'm just gonna set my eyelids in place after kind of like making sure that concealer is smoothed out, and this will be a great base for our shadows. Alright, so there have been a couple new eyeshadow palettes that have come into my life and like just changed everything. They're just so amazing. So we're going to be using some of my favorite new palettes today. So the first one is my Sigma Warm Neutrals Volume 2. I freaking love this palette. You can use code Meghan Victoria if you'd like to save money on their site. That is an option for you. But I absolutely adore this palette, and one of my favorite things to do to create like that perfect transition shade is to go in with Toasty and Passion Fruit and go just back and forth, and you're gonna get this like rosy brown transition shade. I will show you. Look how beautiful this is. Oh my god, it's gorgeous. These shadows are so bloody pigmented. It blows my mind. They blend so smooth and wonderful, and I'm just such a fan of this palette. And like, if you used Sigma shadows before, you know they're good, but they've totally reformulated this, and like this compared to their old shadows is like night and day. Like, this palette is unreal. I highly recommend this. Now what I want to do before we continue is I'm going to switch palettes really quickly, and this is another quickly become one of my favorites. The Soiree Diaries eyeshadow palette from Pure Cosmetics is amazing. Why I love this palette is because it's mostly like, there's so many beautiful matte tones in here that are so creamy. And when do you hear creamy and matte go together? You don't. These shadows are so soft and blendable and just gorgeous, and they're all matte shadows. And excitingly enough, I just got a code for Pure, so that's really exciting. It's just a discount code, so I don't make anything off of it. But if you are interested, it's just Meghan Victoria again, and you can get your hands on this palette because it's amazing. Also, Pure and I will be doing a video together very, very soon, and with that one, there will be a giveaway, so please keep an eye out for that. But I'm just going to take the shade Private Party. It's just a nice vanilla matte shade, and apply that just under the brow bone. It's so pigmented, I can't handle it. It'll just soften the edge of our little combo transition shadow party. Okay, so just to deepen up the crease a tiny bit, we're going to go into the shade Gala and then a little bit into Snazzy, mostly Gala. Tap all of that off, and we're going to use that just to kind of deepen up the crease. Just kind of starting on the outer corner and working that in. And then you'll take your original blending brush and just blend all of that together. And then I'll just take a little bit of Just Snazzy, and I'll just kind of stamp that right on the outer corner. And then again, take your original blending brush, and blend all of it together. This kind of shape and technique is so like foolproof. Like, it works for so many colors and tones and like eyeshadow looks, and it's kind of just like a really good go-to kind of look. Okay, so back in the Chloe palette, we have this like dark brown that looks really nice, and I may regret this decision, but we're gonna do it anyway. I'm kind of just gonna create almost like a shadow liner with just that brown. And then I kind of just flick it up, almost like I am still doing that outer V. Oh yeah, that's pretty. And then what I think I'm going to do is going to go back with a little bit of that snazzy, plummy kind of tone. Just run it over top just to blend all the tones together, and then push it up into that outer V. And then just to avoid it getting too dark, we're going to switch over to our original blending brush. We're just going to take our finger, and I'm going to mix a little bit of this pink and a little bit of this orange. Maybe, I don't know which one. We'll lay down the pink first. And we'll kind of get this like peachy pinky color. We'll just press that on the lid. Same on the other eye. And then just to finish it all off, to give us like a little bit more, we're going to grab this like peachy orange at the bottom of the Cafe Don Dolce palette and pat that on. This will just give us a little bit more shimmer too. And then, as always, just take that original brush to blend. I think I'm going to take a little bit of that snazzy shade, and I'm going to go over top of that dark brown liner we did, just because I want it a little bit more purple than brown. And then feather it up into that outer corner. I wasn't originally gonna pull these out, but I'm just like looking at this look and I think it'd be so pretty to add just a little bit of these Pixi liquid fairy lights. So I'm just gonna take this rose gold shade, apply it directly to the eye, just in that inner corner. And then I can just kind of tap it to blend it out. Alright, so I threw on some lashes and mascara, clearly. So now we're going to move on to the lower lash line. So I'm going to go back in with my Sigma palette. And I'm going to grab Toasty and Passion Fruit. And we'll smoke that on the lower lash line. I want to keep the lower lash line pretty light because, you know, I did end up going in with a dramatic lash. Just can't help it. Because we are using a lighter color, I can really like smoke it out and drag it down, and that'll give a really lovely look to the eye. Perfect. And then we'll take our mascara and do some lower lash mascara. Beautiful. I love like a very lashy look, especially when we're getting into like the springtime. It's like really great to open up the eyes. You kind of like, you let the smoky liners and the dark kind of like rest away for a little bit, and we just have like a big lashy look. I love it. And just because we did go a little bit heavier on the eyes than I anticipated, shocking, I'm gonna just take this porcelain powder. It's very light, but I love to use a little bit of this just right under the eyes, especially if I know I've taken my makeup a little bit far. As always, it just really will brighten up the under eye area, which I like because I think it just balances out like the heaviness in the eyes that you get sometimes. Alright, that is perfect. Now I just want a tiny bit more blush, so I'm just going to take that Pixi palette and mix the peachy and the pink together. Just applying with the fan brush so I get a light application. And that looks so beautiful. Okay, so for the lips, we're going to take our Colourpop BFF Lipliner. I need to sharpen this thing. Line our lips like so. Lipstick. So this Aquarius shade. Ooh, that's pretty. I'm definitely a fan of the satin formula for the Colourpop for the Colourpop liquid lipsticks. Yeah, this is really pretty. That's a gorgeous color. Oh my goodness. That's definitely going to be a new favorite. I really like the finish of it too. Like, it's very satin. And it looks like very hydrated on the lips. Looks really nice. I kind of almost want to leave it, which I never... Because it's not quite a matte, it is like very satiny. I feel like I could leave it. But I'm such a gloss girl. But we did do glitter on the eyes, so I guess we can compromise. Now that this is totally dried down, I really like the color and I really like the finish. So I think for once I'm not going to put gloss on. I think we're going to just leave it. Alright, so before I end any look, I love going over the whole skin with a sponge just to give everything an extra blend, make sure the cheeks aren't too harsh. That's always something I keep an eye out for. And then I'll also just take my eyeshadow brush and I'll just blend this outer corner just so nothing is harsh and this is all nice and soft. And as I always say, like, I always keep my hand like way back here on the brush so I can get a really light control. Like, I don't have a lot of control and I'm just kind of letting the brush do the work for me. And that's just going to give you like a really soft look to your makeup. But yeah, this is our finished look. I actually really like it. I think it's a good, like, if you want to wear your makeup but you don't want to do like a full glam and you don't want people like looking at you a little like, wow, she has a lot of makeup on. This is like a good in between. This is like I did my makeup but it's not over the top, you know? Quite enjoy this look. This is actually really pretty. I like that we have a little glitter. I'm into this. Okay, good. Alright guys, so there we have it. That is our look. A nice springtime fresh. I'm super into it. really enjoy it. I think I need to like go leave my house today and like put this makeup into the world. Sometimes when I do looks, I'm like, these are really dramatic. I cannot go to the grocery store like this. But this, I'm going to the grocery store in, you know what I mean? So I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.